Morning, Greene County. How's things going today? It is chilly, isn't it?
It's in the teens.
It is in the teens. Had to break out the big sweater. Well, we're catching up from 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, we gave out a challenge to everybody for bring your mini games, show me your mini games. And so the assessor's office gave us a sneak peek of theirs.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else in the group that wants to put their name in the hat for this contest that we're getting ready to do?
Anybody wearing a nice sweater that wants to share their mini game? Anybody with an? No, Justin? No. Okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna start calling on people because this is something that we need to be doing, and you guys are already doing it. So Justin, you said you got something on your list that you could bring to in April. We got until April before we vote, and you got plenty of time to do it. So Brian, somebody in your team, you and Renee, you get together, you get a game, and bring it by April.
We've got a giant amendment 3 going on.
I know you
There
do.
you go.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. But you could break that off into a smaller piece to where you could do like that small goal. So let's bring something from the clerk's office. I know you guys can do it. Building operations, Franz.
This meeting is
what
being
can you bring to the
recorded.
table? You guys did a really good one when we first started doing Great Game with the chemicals and our cleaning solutions, and we saved a lot of money that year in our cleaning supplies. What can you guys bring to the table? Get your guys together. Let's talk about it. All right. All right, Bill, what about juvenile? What's something that you guys can put a mini game together? I know, but pick one. One thing that you can concentrate on right now that you want to bring to the table.
We're doing a recidivism study. Maybe that would be.
Okay. Okay. It doesn't have to be that if that's not what you think, but get with your team and let's bring something to the table. Auditor's office, we don't have it yet, but we'll have it this afternoon probably. And we're gonna
What
put
are you
our name in the
leaning
hat.
towards? What are you leaning towards? Does it have to do with money?
Well, at the end of the line, it's always going to be end up about money because it's going to improve a process. It's
Okay.
bringing efficiency to the table. So it's making things better to where they're more efficient and get done in a timely process.
Oh.
Yeah. Who else is in here? Highway department. What you guys thinking? What you going to pass on, Rick, to whomever?
I don't even care. Our biggest issue right now is just manpower, trying to attract people to come to the highway department. And unfortunately, yeah, we have, it's a great place to work. We have great benefits. But I tell commissioners, when you're 30 years old and you've got a kid, and you've got one on the way, and your wife's working at Starbucks, you're just trying to make ends meet. You don't care what happens 30 years from now. You need cash now.
Well, that,
We've got to attract people, and I just can't do it.
that sounds like a mini game we could all play right there. You know, because we've I
Absolutely.
mean, I look at the Facebook page and I scroll through and I see every department and all their postings and I mean, we've all got opportunities and we're all down head count. So that is definitely a struggle.
Chips
My
program.
fear is we'll end up like MoDOT. I mean, this summer, driving around, last summer we started, I see the right of way and they're not like we've done in the past. And that just, it bugs me. Our roads now are starting to, well, we didn't pave. We have a goal of 120 miles of pavement treatments every year. I think this last year we did 80 something.
Oh, wow.
Last year we didn't meet our goal. Previous years we've gone over, so it's, so far we're kind of breaking even. But it doesn't take long for you to get behind. And MoDOT is experiencing that now. So I've always worried, I don't want to turn it into, and my fear is that's what.
That's where you go work at.
I've been in MoDOT. I know what it's like.
How about you, Sam? What have, since you came to the last one 2 weeks ago, has there been something that you thought that might be a fun mini game for general services?
Yeah, I actually have maybe two ideas. So when a lot of departments send out mail,
Mhm.
even if it's not in our office, it'll be maybe so like an inmate at the jail or something. We've been trying to catch on to those. So instead of wasting postage, so that's like 53 cents right there.
Mhm.
And instead of wasting postage, we're trying to like catch those to put them in the box. So
Oh, okay.
saving money, trying to be efficient as
Sure.
well. So I figured that might.
That sounds like a great one.
Yeah.
Okay. General services has got some good ideas. Who's on virtually with us, Jared? We got anybody from sheriff's department, from the PA's office? Do they have any inputs? Okay. Andrea, I'm throwing the gauntlet to you. We're putting a challenge out to you. PA's office. Okay. We're issuing a challenge out to you, and I'll follow up with your department head. Christian, want to share what your department's getting ready to do?
Yeah, we have an idea, and because it's going to require a lot of keystrokes and a lot of handwork, I thought back to the old-fashioned ad campaign of the this shows my age of the 70s and early 80s of the phone book. Let your fingers do the walking, where you would call a business to say, "Hey, is this in stock?" And they would say yes or no, and you'd save yourself a trip. So we were going to use the phone book theme for reviewing all of the parcels that we have with a certain classification that we need to actually just get in and review and make sure the documentation is up to date. And we've probably got about 312. So we're going to take a phone book, and most phone books are 500 or 600 pages. So we're going to divide it up into 312 pages. And every time we review one, we get to flip a page. So that's kind of our scorecard and goal sheet all wrapped up into one. And we're probably going to be looking at, some type of a cater breakfast or a bagel day or a donut day or, something along those lines. We haven't ironed out the finalization of our reward yet, but it's going to be basically all of our frontline agents in our room 35, and then we may enlist some help from other departments. I would like to throw a thank you to Alan Icett's office. This is totally off topic, but we've received maybe 60,000 letters over the past week and a half, and those require a lot of handwork as well, and slicing and pulling out the assessment sheets. And they have sent down some help to help us do some of the mail sorting, and that's been greatly appreciated. But so when you have a task like that, you just got to break it down. So we thought about the phone book and being able to flip a page, and we could even have mini games to see who flipped the most pages last week or yesterday and things like that. So just a little twist to keep it a little fresh on a daily basis, so you don't lose sight of the overall long-term goal.
Sounds great.
Yeah. So
Having fun. They're already ahead of us. We got to catch up.
well, everything starts with the assessor's office.
Yeah. There you go. There you
From the
go.
basement up. From the basement up.
There you go. All right, so we have a quick video we wanted to share with you this morning of Great Game of Business has their mini game showcase. So we want to show a quick video to kind of get your juices flowing and kind of show you what we're not quite the masters that they are, but we want you to start just to get you going. So Jared, you want to get that rolling?
Hi, my name is Stephen Clement, and I'm a data analyst at Ash Industries. Ash Industries is a plastic mold injection company that makes all kinds of different parts out of all kinds of different materials. Our objective for this game was to get rid of a lot of our excess regrind material. Regrind material comes from bad parts or rejected parts from our customers that may have some form of an imperfection. Now, we can't sell these parts, but sometimes we are able to regrind them and use them in other parts mixed with our virgin material. So we wanted to get rid of 9 regrind gaylords in 6 weeks. This was going to help us clear up our shelves in a timely fashion, because regrind material is basically just trash sitting on your shelf, and it takes up space and it wastes money. So our benefits were going to be that we were going to be able to save about 7,200 to 10,000 pounds of virgin material. Now, that's first off a lot of pounds, but also our material costs anywhere between 30 cents and $27, and that adds up quick. So this is going to save us a huge amount of money for the company. Because you're not able to use 100% regrind material, you have to mix it with a percentage of our virgin material, and depending on what material you're using, you can mix anywhere between 10 and 20%. Our players for this game are our production employees. We have 3 shifts of production employees, and each one of them had to work together and communicate in order to make sure we were using as much regrind as we possibly could in the parts and still have good parts coming out of the machine. Our time frame was 6 weeks, like I said, and we had production huddles every other week where we went over how we were doing in the game, how could we improve, where can we make changes, and if it looks like we're going to be making it to our overall goal of that 9 gaylord. So our theme was trash to cash. Turning trash back into cash in our pockets was our big thing for the game. So regrind is literally just trash that we didn't throw away and we want to reuse. When we reuse it, we save money on parts, which becomes more profits that we can make, which is more cash in our pockets. Our scoreboard for the game involves the 9 gaylords of material that we're trying to get rid of, the 9 regrind materials. It also shows a regrind machine and our production molding machines. Every time we used a gaylord of regrind, we would put a green cash bag on it, signifying that that gaylord was used in production. Our rewards for the minigame were work gloves for the first 2 weeks, hefty trash bags, and Walmart gift cards for the second. And at the very end, we had a big Hawaiian-themed hog roast for each of the departments. They all came together, and we had 2 hours that we had this big cookout. It was really nice. So playing the game, our operations manager was our scorekeeper for the game. He was the one in charge of making sure that all of our materials were being used in a timely fashion, and he was the one that handed out the green trash bags if a regrind gaylord was used. So like I said, we had this 2-hour time slot at the very end. We actually did succeed in reaching our goal of using all 9 gaylords, which cleared up tons of space on our shelves for other materials, and it saved the company a ton of money. This is so how we celebrated was this 2-hour time slot. We had this big cookout, we had played music, hung out. Overall, it was a big boost for morale for the employees and a big boost for everyone's pocket for our profit sharing. So it was a really good way to get this started, because this was one of the first games that we did with Great Game.
The Pregnancy Care Center participated in a mini game that is for the social sectors. So our critical number was to increase awareness to clients in the community. PCC's mission is to offer hope and help to families facing the challenges of unplanned pregnancy. We want to give them practical knowledge and skills for anyone wanting to become a better parent. So all services are free and confidential. Our objective was to distribute brochures, which includes information about PCC services in the community. We want them to call PCC first when experiencing an unplanned pregnancy. Our improvement goal was to distribute 0 to 1,000 brochures in 90 days. The benefit that we see of this mini game is increased critical number of services per client, awareness of our services, client referrals, and credibility for charitable donations. When identifying the players, we were excited to have full team participation. This included client services, administrative staff, our development and fundraising team, and even volunteers. The theme was fun and familiar for everyone. Ghostbusters, who are you gonna call? PCC. So we updated the scoreboard every week before our huddle on Tuesday mornings, and we played the theme song before each huddle to pump up the team and get them excited. The goal was to move the Ghostbusters car along the road and past each checkpoint along the way until they got to our center at Pregnancy Care Center, Prego Parking. Our prizes and awards were a 30-day slime sherbet and themed cookie party. We also gave away cell phone accessories, little pop sockets. And finally, we got to celebrate our win playing laser tag and pretending like we were inside the Ghostbusters movie. The company that we went to for the laser tag party even assigned all of us fun nicknames. So I continued to call each other by those nicknames throughout the weeks following. And it was just a really fun team building experience. Some highlights would be that we passed our initial goal of 1,000 brochures and actually had to increase our goal partway through the game. And we ended up distributing 3,525 brochures to people in the community. Another highlight was that we trained each team member how to share about our services to members of the community in a simple and consistent way. And this is still a wonderful skill that our team has been able to distribute and communicate these things consistently. We achieved our critical program number, which was to increase the number of services per client. Here's some team feedback from this mini game specifically. I'll just read some highlights. We thought our initial goal was too ambitious, but as you can see, we increased the goal partway through, and that just got everyone so excited. We challenged ourselves to think outside the box and encouraged each other. It was fun and rewarding to achieve our goal. Another one is it was easy to stay on task with a fun theme like Ghostbusters, and having a mini game really helped me to focus on the one thing that we could do to improve our number. The momentum built each week as we continued to move past our goal, and the mini game triggered a whole new element of motivation, creativity, and passion for the mission our team was on. It transformed our view from seeing the results as a number to a reflection of the energy we put into our mission. So I just want to thank you for this platform where we could share about the success we've had with Pregnancy Care Center, with our mini game, and just brand awareness in the community for clients and for partners who want to come alongside and join PCC in the mission to save lives and strengthen families.
Hi, I'm Logan Aguirre with 417 Magazine, and I'm excited to talk to you about our mini game focused on office supplies. The objective was to be more aware of our everyday office consumption. We were looking to reduce and reuse common office resources and supplies. This was tied in directly to our 2019 critical number, which is a profit target. So we knew that every single person in the business had line of sight on how to save on expenses. Even those that couldn't help on the revenue side knew they could help impact on the saving side. Our goal was to have 54 behavior changes. This equated to one behavior change each week per department. The game was 9 weeks long. We pre-huddled each Tuesday and then reviewed in our weekly huddle each Wednesday and went over our new commits for the week. The players were each employee in the building was a player, and our scorekeepers were Megan, Bernadette, Kristen, and Logan Swope. To talk about the estimated benefits, we walked our team through some financial literacy and reminded them of our dollar exercise that we had learned during our Great Game Kickoff. And that was based on our profit margin from 2018. We knew that to save $1 or to make $1, we needed to sell $55 worth of goods and services. When we put that into terms of something like toilet paper, we were able to explain to our team that for every roll of toilet paper we used, the sales team had to sell $25. We made the theme a Candyland theme and called it 417 Land, a company consumption game. And we had a path from A to Z to help our team follow along. And the board was completely made out of recycled materials, many from our actual magazines. Our prize and award schedule was that if we had 18 changes by June 19th, the whole company could participate in Office Olympics. By The July 10th, if we had 36 changes, we powered the office down early on a Friday, and that way we saved on utilities. And finally, for our staff retreat day that we call Word, if we had 54 changes by then, we would be at the lake and have some boats to go out on. This is an idea of all the commits that came up. This is just a sampling. One big one was we made sure that every single computer, everybody's computer had settings for printing double-sided. That was something that not everyone knew how to do. We moved to paperless agendas, so doing more things digitally, and we're using sticky tabs. And then anytime anyone went to a trade show, taking all the pens and bringing them back to use. Our actual benefit that was for the year, we decreased our office supply expenses by 34%, which was $16,720 in savings. When you look at revenue, that means it was $919,000 that our sales team did not have to sell. We actually saw savings in other areas because we got excited about other ways that we could impact our expenses. On utilities, we had a 17% savings, 23% on internet, and 11% savings on telephone. We celebrated the win because we hit every single benchmark. So you can see some photos from our Office Olympics and from our celebration day out on the lake with the boats. Thank you.
That was pretty cool, wasn't it? They've got some good ideas, and it's really cool what you can pull out of the hat when you, like 417 Land used all their recycled stuff from their magazines. And I mean, we've got stuff all over our campus that we can recycle from and not have to go out and buy new. Cindy can attest to every time we go somewhere, we're grabbing pens and Post-it notes and highlighters, and we bring those back to the office. We do that all the time too. So this is not something it can be very impactful, but it's not difficult. And little things you can get in there and do and get engagement. Is that what you heard in these themes? Continual engagement of their employees. They built some momentum, got some, people happy. And when you got happy people, then they're working harder and doing things together, and you're building your team. Do you see that in those videos?
And who wouldn't want to be out on the lake today? I mean, that big swan that they were jumping around on, that would be cold.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we're going to vote for our winners April 18th. I'll be calling all your offices individually to see what you're going to put in the hat. And then periodically what we'll do is we'll have everybody kind of come in and bring your scoreboards so we can kind of see and brag on you a little bit, because that makes it more fun when you get to see, oh, you know what, I need to buck up my game a little bit because they're doing better than me. The friendly department challenge, isn't that fun too? So I throw the gauntlet down to you guys. We're going to do this and we're going to have fun. This is going to be
And the traveling trophy is taking shape.
Yeah. Oh,
I haven't told
awesome.
you about it.
Okay, cool. See, it's already coming together. Anybody got any questions? Anybody in virtual land got questions? All right.
Yeah.
Well, have a great week.
Stay warm.
I'll be calling you this week to find out what your games are.